Hey everybody, it's PJ, and I just have to do this. I know this is not my forum to do political statements, and I'm sorry, it is lifestyles, but what the heck? I think CNN, NBC, like the CBS, they've all lost their mind, because last night, if you watched the Commander-in-Chief speech or questions Matt Lauer did, first off, Matt Lauer was like basically yelling at Hillary Clinton the whole time. I was like, why is he being so rotten to her? And then he was like totally respectful of Trump. It was sickening. But the weirdest thing is that somehow through those two people's answers, like they're talking about their answers like there's nothing wrong with a man that gets up on TV, I'm talking about Trump, and says when he gets his security briefings that because of the person in front of him's body language, he knows that they are mad because nobody took their advice. Like, that's not even what the briefings are. They're just facts. They're a list of facts. They aren't advice or policies. It's just insane. And the worst is, he said he wanted to pillage and steal the oil from these countries that we go into to try and set up a reasonable government. Now, nobody is going to send their son, and he wanted Putin's Russians' help, you know, Putin's help. He wants to be this dual dictator with Putin and go steal the oil. Like, nobody's going to take their kid and say, sure, honey, go die for your country that wants to steal oil and like rob and pillage like back in the 16th century. But none of that is as unbelievable as today. I am watching CNN, I am watching CBS, and what they're talking about is whether or not Hillary Clinton smiled enough while she talked about ISIS. So I like, it is incredulous to me that that our news, our media has lost their mind, okay? Because what the hell? You should be talking about this guy wanting to steal oil. You should be talking about the fact that he is in cahoots with Putin. He tells you this and you ignore it. You're worried about how much she smiles. It's unbelievable what the media has turned into, and I don't know why, because it is like emails. But he stood there and talked about fucking security briefings. Crickets. Pay to play. He just got caught bribing an official in Florida. Crickets. Like, I don't know what's happening in the world, but I honestly am starting to feel like I'm a paranoid idiot, and nobody else thinks this is insane that this guy, what are we coming to? What are we coming to that this man has got up here, has done nothing but separated us by race, by religion, and he's done horrible things in his background. He's hired illegals, didn't pay them, held their visas. Like, the atrocities a day are not even talked about. They're like, oh, it's another Trump atrocity. Yeah, okay. What about those emails that the FBI, I just don't get it. I don't get it. Like, she's been exonerated. Can we go on to anything else? No, because the media won't let go of these things in order to ensure that we have a dictator who wants to align with Putin, go into these countries and steal their oil, guys. Steal their oil. My whole life I was taught We are not just in the Middle East to steal oil. This guy is like, yeah, we are, and we're going to make sure we do it this time. Nobody has ever suggested in the history of presidents that we should go into other countries and steal their national resources. Not what America does. I'm sorry. Like, or I don't live in the same country that I lived in 2 years ago. Like, I am so beyond pissed off that I just threw on CNN and they have like 4 talking heads about Hillary Clinton's smile. I didn't hear anybody give a fuck about the fact that Trump didn't smile. Of course not, because he's a man. Like, let's get that right. You go on Twitter. Everybody in the Trump campaign, oh, she's just an old hag, this and that. Oh, okay, like, this isn't the most sexist bullshit. And the media is right there with them. They make me sick. I don't trust them. I never really trusted them. But now, like, why isn't the top story that this is what this man plans to do? Nope. No. Let's talk about emails that have been talked and talked and talked. She said Colin Powell talked about it. He said he didn't. Yep, he did. There's a Republican for you. And I like Colin Powell. I'm not even mad at him. But, of course, you know, comes out that he did it. And she's not lying, and nobody cares because she's a woman and they just want to make her the old hag, and the media has lost its mind that the most important thing to talk about after this nut gets on TV and says that Putin is a better leader because he controls his people better than Obama. What? I don't know what we're coming to. I am so saddened and sickened. My family lived through the Holocaust. This is beyond scary. And let's talk about Hillary's smile. Did she smile when she said ISIS? Was she grandmommy like? No. She's going to be the president. Like, get the fuck. I can't. Like, the stupidity, the ignorance, the absolute ignorance of our people anymore to think that these are the ways. It's just like the whole immigration thing. A bunch of people were talking about it at work. I was like, when's the last time you saw when's the last time you talked to an illegal immigrant? We live the fucking Delaware, Maryland. When's the last time you saw tell me, ever? No. Okay, I understand there's a problem, but this isn't like a nationwide thing. What happened was these people that normally wouldn't give a fuck about this shit is now all stirred in hate against Mexico, hate against Muslims, hate against this. When honestly, like before Trump opened his stupid, racist, bigoted, crazy, the media needs to realize this man is fucking nuts. Anybody. Like, I'm just appalled. Obviously, I'm furious. I sat there watching the talk about Hillary not smiling enough and was like, did nobody else hear about he wanted to, like, pillage countries and steal oil and align with Putin, who is horrible dictator to his people? 82%. Yeah, people are scared to death of him. He's killed fucking journalists. You know, the journalist needs to take a lesson. That's who you want. You want some guy who wants to align with the guy who's literally murdered journalists? I just don't understand. I don't understand anymore. I don't get it. Like, I thought we were the good guys. When did we turn into the dictator bullshit guys? I don't get it. All right. My heart. Hillary Clinton didn't smile enough, and that is much worse than Trump saying that he could read body language and know what people are thinking when they're giving out national security. It's just insane. The media has lost their mind. That's all I gotta say about it. You don't have to subscribe. I'm not going to monetize it. This is crazy shit, guys. Everybody needs to be really scared. I'm more scared. I'll tell you what, I'm not so scared of the Trump thing as I am of the media not willing to say This is America, and we don't do things like that. This is America. We don't rob people and pillage lands, and we don't go into gain for ourselves like that. That's not who we are as a country. That never was. We didn't go in to see what we could gain. We go in to try to make things safe and secure. And he said, that's how ISIS, this is another thing. Wait, real quick. He says, this is the way that ISIS started on Iraq or Iran's oil. And I'm like, he doesn't even know his history. No, it's not. It was Syrian oil. They get their money from Syria. The fuck is he talking about again? I can't. The media's done lost their fucking mind. Oh my God. But let's worry about smiling, because smiling's so much more important than ISIS.